Hey folks, this is the behind the scenes video on how I made my Aqua Carriage animation. I asked on Twitter if people would be interested in behind the scenes animations, and one person said yes, so here you go. So it starts with the idea. Now the idea is oftentimes the hardest part. I'm sure I'll make plenty of animations in the future as to how I get my ideas, but for now you just have to know that the idea was a train that was just filled with water, like an aquarium. Then we get to modeling. Open up Blender, make a platform, make a train, make a fish, make a character, draw a face, put it on him. Cool. For the platform I used a plane that I generated hair of pebbles to give the platform a bit more texture and depth than just having a plain flat piece of clay. The train was originally a box, and it still kind of is, but I put the sort of cable carrying thing on the top. I went into sculpt mode and I added in the frames of the windows and then pushed the quote-unquote glass in. And then I went into edit mode, selected the pushed in glass, deleted it, went back into sculpt mode and used the smooth tool to make it so that the window doesn't have no jagged edges. I did the same thing with the door, but then I actually added in a door by just creating half of a door and then duplicating it and, modifying it slightly. The way I animated the door is that I added in two sets of keyframes. One was it moving back and forth, and then the second set of keyframes was using the add-on Animal to animate the vertices of the door to make it look sort of like it's being pushed open, like it's actually clay. The water was pretty cool. The water I added in a box and then you subdivided a bunch and then used sculpt tool to fit it into the shape of the carriage. I really should have done this better, but I did everything last minute, so I didn't have the luxury of putting it off until the last minute. The way I animated the water was I used a noise node that had a W thing that I put a time. I'll put it up on screen. Right now I'm not looking at it. I could easily look at it, but I won't. The fish was just simple, like 3, 4, maybe 5 bones. One for the tail that was separate, so that I'd be able to squash and stretch the tail out. I mean, it wasn't really squash, it was just stretch. And I used that to make the fish flop and sort of gasp for water. Inside of the train there's some other fish and some air bubbles, which I don't think you can actually see any of them. Maybe you can see like, it looks weird, but it's not good. I animated the character using a preset skeleton rig, because using the rig from building the character through the skin armature, it's not really like, it's fine, it's good, but it's not like, I've had trouble with it, and then I still had some of the same troubles with this. Basically, I'm still kind of a noob. And then we broached the subject of the face. I used 2 face plates, one of the closed mouth and one of the open mouth. And I cleverly hid whichever face wasn't in use underneath the platform. And I rigged up the face to the head bone, and unfortunately what that means is when the character looks down, the other face comes up through the floor behind them. And in post I edited out a lot of the face coming through. Hopefully you don't notice any discrepancies. The music, just really simple, Yoshi's story. I think it's like a vibraphone, and then the Yoshi rap mix where it's like "Domp Yoshi," and I exported it, posted it. Yep, that's the behind the scenes. In the future, I'll probably try to plan it out so that it's a little bit more interesting. I just realized last minute that I did some pretty interesting things, and it might be good to talk about some of it. Bye bye!